Bakare, Mamanda Mura, Unapuri Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's the three. Unapuri Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's the three. Unapuri Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's the three. Unapuri Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's the three. Unapuri Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's the three. Unapuri Mary Nnamdi.
That was him in front of the judge. What he said before the court sat. He said the same thing to her face, right there. First, he asked, where is the treasonable felony charges in this anymore? It's gone, Abi. Now they are charging me for terrorism. Now they can go on and look for other capital charges that they will charge me for. I will defeat them in their own court. He said it to the judge. Or maybe I say you stay in front of somebody where we say one single phone call in a lawless country like Nigeria, she can pronounce and say, yeah, I jail you. And you are saying it to her face. I say, listen, look here. They have been holding me for all these years, Abi. Because they have nothing. They will continue to go back and forth and bring something back. But listen, I do not want to be under this DSS detention, guys. And the judge was asking him, so what would you want? Where would you like to be there? Would you like house arrest? And he was like, yeah, house arrest is fine. You can put me in a house in Abuja. Something like that, And then he started with that, like, they are holding me here with nothing to say, okay, this is why we are holding him. But they now brought another one to say terrorism. You are charging me for terrorism. So I will defeat you in your own court. I like that. That's why I had to play that music, by the way. So what are the things he further told the media, especially about the intention of why they won't release him now? The reason why they don't want to let him go. He knows. Here.
The court is also entitled to change its mind as well, depending on the strength of the argument.
Thank you.
So we hope that they'll change their mind.
They are using it to do experiment at SSS.
Exactly. So there is no way we're going to allow that to happen. My rights must be respected.
It's important.
My right to fair hearing must be observed and obeyed.
Understand that. They brought him to Kenya into this dock and allow him to talk without his
You were talking about your health condition. What exactly is wrong with you, sir?
I have congenital heart failure. Congestive heart failure is called. From the medication, you can tell. So they're basically trying to keep me alive. So that when they calculate that I'm about to give up, that my heart is about to pack up, they will now say go. So when I go outside, I will die outside. That's what they're trying to do.
The medications they've been giving to you, has it not been working?
It's not working. If it's working, why would I have all these lumps underneath my...
And he has written a petition to the Nigerian Medical Association where they brought one quack doctor, somebody who is not a doctor, to treat him.
To come and try and treat me.
The doctor now, they
don't know what they're doing. And they know they don't know what they're doing. Or else, why would I have this?
As long as it remains in DSS custody, there won't be
trial.
So what is your application for?
Is seeking for a non-custodial arrangement by the court.
You said house arrest.
Exactly. Yes. I don't mind house arrest because I'll defeat them. In this court, I'll defeat the federal government of Nigeria. Yeah. The whole world will see it. Where is the treasonable felon? Where is it? All these years, journalists are shouting treasonable, treason. What is treason today? It's gone. In some way, this terrorism charge will go. I'm thinking of another capital offense that can charge me with. Maybe, I don't know, impregnating the wife of somebody. I don't know what other thing they're going to charge me.
Are you saying you are innocent of all these charges?
The federal government, they know I'm not guilty. My only guilt is that I'm fighting for my people. And I will fight for them.
Okay, sir,
for justice and fairness and equity everywhere.
Has your family been able to...
Anybody using IPOB to commit crime is a criminal. It's not part of this family. Our family is based on 4 cardinal points. You must be without fear before your enemies. You must speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. The court is also entitled to change.
Mazi. Now, his lawyers, They are practically telling the court that there will be no trial, okay, since the process of his abduction is really faulty. And the Supreme Court has said the same, right? So if you want to have any trial, we have to continue from where you stopped the last time. You will have to first release him. Listen to his lawyers. Let's go to them. Here.
When you are ready, do a count so that everybody.
What's your own mic?
Well, ladies and gentlemen of the media, I think it. Can we have some? Are we going to start all over? Ladies and gentlemen of the media and members of the public, I think it's very necessary that we make very clear what happened in court today. We do not want to call it a travesty of justice because of the respect we had for the judiciary, but we are utterly disappointed that today bail was refused. On what grounds? The Supreme Court on 15 December criticized very severely the revocation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's bail. In several pages, which we are going to make available to the media, at pages 19, 20, and 21 of Justice Agem's judgment, he even suggested that the impartiality of the trial court in revoking Nnamdi Kanu's bail is suspect. We didn't mind all of that, but still we made an application, a fresh application, to my Lord, urging her to exercise discretion to restore Nnamdi Kanu's bail. She refused it without any reason whatsoever. And then we made a second application to accentuate the need for this bail application, pointing to the enormous challenges we face as defense counsel in consulting with Nnamdi Kanu privately and confidentially at the detention facility of the DSS headquarters in Abuja. We are only allowed 30 minutes each as counsel on only Mondays and Thursdays for a cumulative period of 2 hours, twice a week, to consult with him separately. And the federal government is feasting to have an accelerated trial. Yes, we too want an accelerated trial, but we have to have it under an environment that respects Section 36, Sub 6, B and C of the Nigerian Constitution. It's all about fair hearing. It goes to the ground norm. It goes to the basic norms of the society that you must hear the other side. And to hear the other side, he has to have an adequate facility to prepare his defense and to consult with his lawyers. It's the Constitution that said it. It's not us that said it. So we came to my Lord with an application and said, listen, it's impossible for us to conduct this trial under this atmosphere of interference with his right to counsel. They eavesdrop on our conversations. In the little cubicle room of 10 by 10 where we consult with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they have secret listening devices and secret photographic and videographic devices. They listen to our conversations secretly, they take our secret photographs, and we adduced this evidence before my Lord. They confiscate our legal documents. They don't allow us to take notes. Pray. You may be lay men and lay women. The general public may not be lawyers, but is this fair? How can you have trial under circumstances like this? It's not possible. So we are not stalling. It is the federal government that is stalling. We can't take notes. So what is the essence of it? We cannot prepare him adequately. We cannot talk with him. We whisper. We put our lips to his ear. We talk sort of voice, and so on and so forth. So this is the essence. This is what happened in court today, where justice was turned upside down when our 2 applications that go to fair hearing were refused. But we are going to bounce back. There are more applications to come.
Are you going to appeal on this ground?
Yeah.
You heard that. There is more. There is a reason why, because I want you to keep following them like, piece by piece of what is going on. Here, the other lawyers.
What happened today is an act of Federal High Court overruling the decision of a Supreme Court. I want you to get it right. Because the Supreme Court said, Nnamdi Kanu never jumped bail, that the court ought not have revoked that bail. On the application of the violator of his right, that is the federal government, you cannot benefit from your own wrong. And we thought that the Supreme Court would have exercised its power under Section 6 of the Constitution to make a consequential order directing that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. But they directed that the trial should be continued here, and we should make an application. Of course, we ought not have made any application. Court should have exercised his power discretionary and released Nnamdi Kanu. That they never did. Then, secondly, which is the most fundamental, I have been going there to visit Nnamdi Kanu. They never allow me to exercise my right as counsel to Nnamdi Kanu. And my right was violated. I took DSSS to Federal High Court. Federal High Court warned DSSS, ordered them to apologize to me, and ordered that they should pay me 5 million naira for close to 2 years now. They have not paid that money, and though I just allow it, that's why I have not enforced it, because 70% is running on top of it. Nobody has appealed against it. So now we filed the same application before the court. It's in the court file, asking my Lord to prove that we are not free. Where court has even taken judicial notice of that, but all to no avail. Now the court said that we should apply, since we cannot transfer Nnamdi Kanu to Kuje prison, stating that there is no security at Kuje prison. So that we are now applying that Nnamdi Kanu should be detained, should be remanded in a private house. And we are suggesting Abia State Government House or Abia State Liaison Office. So that is the application. So that is it.
Wait. I want to thank the press, for keeping the struggle alive. Yes. Now, I must tell us something. What happened today in this court is almost like an opportunity lost to bring peace, immediate peace, to the Southeast. The Supreme Court had given the Federal High Court the opportunity to bring peace to the Southeast.
And they lost it.
And unfortunately, they are toying with that opportunity given to them by the Supreme Court. All that the Federal High Court need was to go back to the ruling of the Supreme Court and follow it and give back the bill it had previously withdrawn. And then you will see absolute peace in the Southeast. But with what happened today, it's obvious that certain persons don't want that peace to return to the Southeast. And we are imploring members of the public to please continue to interrogate the reason why the Supreme Court judgment of 15 December 2023 will not be complied with by a Federal High Court. Yes. We need a Federal High Court to simply obey the orders of the Superior Court. A court, look, you did not employ the judges of the Supreme Court for the sake of employing them. Whatever word they utter from their mouth touches on something fundamental. And in this case, in other circumstance, what is fundamental is Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. You have no reason to have revoked his bail. Restore it. And the Federal High Court is kind of toying and playing around with it, thereby continuing to create the chaos in the Southeast, thereby continuing to make the federal government waste money. Do you know how much the federal government is spending every day Nnamdi Kanu is coming? They told us they spend 500 million naira. Somebody is signing off that check. Somebody is signing it off. Who is signing off? Who is making money from it? Extra allowances are being paid to all the security men who are in Abuja because of Nnamdi Kanu.
It's your money.
And we have been saying the case of Nnamdi Kanu is not such that we need to spend scarce resources on. The federal government is crying about money. They don't have money, but they have all the money to pay all the security agencies. If you go outside, not less than 1,000 security agencies are on patrol in Abuja because of one single man. And tomorrow they will tell us they don't have money to pay salary of workers. So we need them.
Do you now see that Nnamdi Kanu no be any of your criminal politicians' mates? He is actually their nightmare. So there are those who are making money, blood money, from this injustice. That's why I said I wanted you to hear them, okay? Starting with somebody who is signing the check of 500 million naira every time they take Nnamdi Kanu to court. Okay? Somebody is also signing the check. For those, they are given special assignment, special duty in Eastern Nigeria in the name of insecurity. So people are making billions, blood money from this, and they will never want it to end. Do you now see it now? Eh? Okay. Now, if we go outside the courtroom, you remember Ikenga, the one that Oples Uzodijo nearly killed. They killed his driver, born in his country home. They targeted him, and still, he never leave. He's never left the side of Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu. And of course, if they are making arrangement for an house arrest, of course, the whole world will know where he is. Don't see, I have told you, right? Sometimes a lot of you need to begin to live in the real world. There are some certain things, right, that you cannot really keep secrets. It's like when they free Nnamdi Kanu, and he goes back to his community, his own village. Everybody will know where he is. We know what happened the last time when he was there. It became a maker of sort for the Biafrans from far and near. So if they say they are talking to themselves behind the scene, and there's an agreed proposal that the Abia state government or governor's lodge in Abuja could be a place where he's going to have the house arrest. If that is their political solution, listen, just anything that would take him away from those terrorists called DSS that thought or that still think is a trophy. Start with something first, right? Here is the Kenga outside the court, also disappointed.
We're here together as brothers. We have myself, Ikenga Imo Ugochini, representing that federal constituency. Honorable Obiagocha, after me, who will make his comment, and leaders of the opposition political parties who are also here led by Gosin and our traditional ruler. I personally received the news of the rejection of the bail application with sadness. It was unnecessary. We lost an opportunity to commence the process of healing in our land. That bail application would have opened door of opportunity that would have brought stability in our place and opened door for conversation to resolve all issues that have led us to this point. And it's so painful that this is coming at a time that few weeks ago, the federal government, on its own, in exercise of its constitutional power, discontinued the trump-up criminal charges filed against Sowore, the Attorney General, in exercising those powers under Section 174. And we're also aware that the same federal government has allowed Sunday Igbo also back home, where he's with his people. So it's so painful that whenever it has to do with an Igbo man, there is different interpretations and different reasons for you to keeping the person in detention. So that is why we say it's so painful. And as a federal lawmaker, I'm calling on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu not to allow the moment to pass him by. That what the president should do is to invoke the powers given to him and the Attorney General in particular under Section 174, 1C of the Constitution to discontinue these charges that have been filed against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And if you go by Section 174C, that this can be discontinued on basis of justice and public interest. It is in public interest and it is in interest of justice that the federal government discontinues this trial. And it's also painful for us that this bail application was rejected, but we hope that President Mohamed Buhari should take the moment and discontinue this trial. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should discontinue this trial. And I'll let my brother, Honorable Obiagocha, who is representing Nnamdi Kanu, the House of Representatives, to make his comment and gossip.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my honorable colleague. Ahamo Obi Agocha. Anamano Chitanya ndi Kuano, Mahia North, no Mahia South. Take a one name Woko, Ramoano Chitanya, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Well, Igbo is allowed, is a constitutional language. I can speak Igbo in the chamber of the National Assembly. But however, let me speak in English. It's very sad, like my brother said, that there are two separate rules, one for other Nigerians and one for the Igbo man. Nigeria appears to still be in distrust and uncomfortable with the Igbo man. And all the Igbo man wants is, full development and aspirational goals for all persons, regardless of, ethnicity, religion, or gender. We are very saddened about today. Like my brother said, this is a great, unique opportunity that has been missed, that would have been the basis for peace and reconciliation in the Southeast. All the agitations that are happening in the Southeast, all the crime and criminality, banditry, kidnapping that are happening in the Southeast is because of the continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A lot of people are using his name to commit all these crimes and criminality. The peace in the Southeast, or peace in Nigeria, cannot go anywhere without the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The government cannot miss this opportunity, but we are very optimistic that by the next hearing, as the judge said, that one, he will be granted bail. He hasn't committed any crime in this country that will continue to warrant his illegal detention. So we are calling on the government of President Ahmed Tinubu to do the right thing and not be held hostage like the former President Buhari did because of his own personal bias against the Igbos and against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So I'm calling on all Igbos, wherever they are, to remain calm. This man will walk away free one day to the glory of God. Thank you.
Like my brothers have said, it's a bit of a disappointment. But it's not over. Going by the ruling of the, if one listens to the ruling of the court, is not over. But he also graciously said, reapply, put another application, and then tomorrow they give him the written version. And we want to believe that the president will cash in on this to make peace, full peace, and lasting peace with the Southeast. It's not very fair the way he's been treated. As a former presidential candidate and as a traditional, the president of traditional authority, I am saying it is about time that the young man is allowed to go home, because allowing him to go home cannot cause any more problem. The way it is, I am optimistic and I'm hopeful that in no distant time he will get full bail. But going by the directives of the court is neither, because the judge refused to take him to Kuje prison, and they said there are other places that he can be taken to. So it's like halfway home, and we believe he's going to return, and to the glory of God, and to peace.
You heard all of that. I don't need to make any repetition, okay? Here, on a final note, before we go to the next thing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu confidently says, except there are those who are actually making money from this insecurity, he strongly believes it remains the key to peace in eastern Nigeria, at least for a start.
And they know it very well. They know it very well. And I suspect that some people in government are complicit. They are making money with insecurity. That's correct. They are making money with it. They know Nnamdi Kanu is outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop. Who is the idiot? Who is the bagger? That will speak when I'm talking. Who is the fool? Who is the idiot? I ask. That I give an order in the east, and any idiot will counter it. Who is the bastard? I'm asking you. So, sir, nobody can.
Sir, are you against?
I'm Nnamdi Kanu. No. Who is the idiot? Form of violence or insecurity in the Southeast in the name of IPOB is a gun, and they know it. Let me come out of this nonsense, this mess. 2 minutes only. Only 2 minutes, I guarantee you. And there'll be peace in the East, not just Southeast. Everywhere in the East, not the entire South. Huh?
Onye du IPOB, o meriwo n'Izu, onye ya abakare, mama dawora, unapuri meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. na Python that's the trade. Una bogi meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi bu onye du IPOB. O meri wone nizu mbiro ya. Abakare mamanda ora. Una bogi meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's the three. Una bogi meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's the three. Una bogi meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's the three. Una bogi meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's the three. Una bogi meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's the three. Una bogi meri Nnamdi.
Thank you. Now the court has adjourned till 17th of April next month. Another 30 days or thereabouts. So we'll see how that goes as well, or what will happen even before then. Let's go to the next one. Few days, or was it last night, right? I shared with you the governor of Sokoto that was eating Ramadan, breaking Ramadan iftar, right? Breaking Ramadan fast with a boy beggar or a beggar boy. I don't know how to put it. But it was like Almajiri boy. And he took a spoon, drank from the sachet water, the pure water, and then the camera took it, and all of that was like, oh, great, 7.5 billion naira feeding money. I didn't even know that it's a thing in northern Nigeria, that the state government actually feed people. I just thought it's something that, their rich feudal leaders will give them food or give them money of, ranka dede, and all of that. I didn't actually know that it's actually a state policy in Sharia North that they have budget, Ramadan budgets. In Sokoto, they are spending 7.5 billion in 1 month to feed people. In Kano, they said in 2022 they spent 220 million naira to feed people during Ramadan. In 2023, they spent over 600 million. But Baba, that was the last time Gandola, the Babariga mobile banking CEO of Kano, the last Ramadan with Gandola. Then this new one came in. The Kwakwan sub people. They believe, from what we have now heard, to feed the poor people, to feed the people for Ramadan in Kano for a month this year, we now cost them about 3 billion naira. But again, any saka everybody can give for now, but I just never expect, I didn't expect it. That is actually a state policy where about free money in here. They can just say, okay, yeah, we have spent 6 billion. How are you going to say they don't spend 6 billion? Where everybody they show, they take pictures, see that they chop, that they give them food during Ramadan. Food sharp plenty for that side for now, and Peter Obi too. Now I've just been told that Peter Obi is on tour of some states in Nigeria to share the Ramadan moment with them. He even fed a boy in Yaya Mosque yesterday. Yeah, compilation yesterday.
Ya je lafiya ya ga sarki ya yi shiga son azumi kuma suka tura shi sun yi da abubuwan da ke faruwa kuma da zai ba da taimakon shi.
Just be able to
This is our local government, brother Samara here. We vote for Peter. This man, we vote for Peter.
We support him 100%.
And we support this man 100%. You understand? And we pray for him to come back 2027. Inshallah, he's going to win this.
Inshallah.
Because we need people like him, people that can help the youth. Because we are suffering in this country. Youth don't have job employment.
You say he came to break fast with you. What does it mean to you?
We are very happy. And we are welcome here 100%. We welcome him here to our mosque here, this international market. You understand? So we welcome him and we thank him for coming. A wonderful visit to us.
At least nobody can fault that. For those who know Obi very well, a lot of Igbos have a little bit of reservation for him for his philanthropic investment in northern Nigeria for years now. I mean, people just didn't understand how and why it was easier